Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way, if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.
Part 2 gang, y'all, let's get it, y'all. Part 2 gang, y'all, let's get it. Like, share, subscribe, y'all. Let's get it. Let's go. That joke was crazy, man. I'm watching this man beam him up to Scotty, sitting on my box in my safe. I'm like, I smell the joint. I'm like, shh, beaming him up to Scotty right there. I'm like, come on, man. I'm like, hurry up, man. He was like, she looking? I was like, nah. He was like, my mind here it is, man. He was like, hey, man, appreciate you, though, man. His eyes was like this. He was like, hey, man, I appreciate you, though, man. Real talk. I really appreciate you, man. Like, that was real stuff. That was real stuff, what you vouching for me. I was like, man, I ain't vouch for you, man. Stop saying. I was like, I ain't vouch for you, Dylan, man. He was like, well, whatever you did, you took your word. And I appreciate it, man. You know what I mean? I appreciate it, man. I was like, all right, man. He was like, man, I might come get another $50 piece, man. I was like, man, get out my cell. So I get him out the joint. He leave. You know what I mean? When he leave, my door closed, finally I start going through the stuff. I'm like, I'm gonna keep these clams and these turkey sausages. I'm like, these soups and chips, all this other stuff. Let my roommate, my roommate go in and start their store box up with a little bit of this stuff. I had another plate coming from downstairs. I'm like, yeah, let me get back a little bit. So I mess with all the stuff. I put everything up. You know what I mean? So I stay in the joint. Everybody come back from outside rec. So everybody come back from outside rec. I come downstairs. I'm just standing downstairs. I'm looking around. I'm looking at Dylan. Dylan's super litty. You know what I mean? Like when he litty, he do regular white dude stuff. You know what I mean? Like he go in the back, kick it with his homeboy, sit Indian style. Everybody back there kicking it. You know what I mean? That's what he doing. So I guess he broke bread with them. Whatever they did, it didn't last. You know what I mean? $50 piece, you know, like a $50 piece is basically a dime on the street. You know what I mean? So there's not a lot to share. So I'm assuming he shared, he ducked, whatever he did. All I know is that stuff was out of it. You know what I mean? So that whole day, that's all they was doing was messing with that and just looking like they was lit the whole fucking day. You know what I mean? So that day went by. The next day came. So usually when he pays me, you know what I mean, he'll pay me like in the afternoon time. He'll go hop on the phone like after 4, I think. Sometimes his peoples get off work or something like that. That's when he'll pay me. So, you know, this is before the cell phone era and all of this. You know what I mean? This is, you got to get it from the wall phone shop. So I watch him. I mean, I'm watching them. Like when dudes owe me, dudes don't even know I be watching them when they don't be thinking I'm watching them, man. Like when you owe me, y'all don't even know. I put the thermal imagery on y'all, man. I just be like, that joint information will pop up right in my mind. That joint be like, he hasn't been on the phone yet. But he's still good. He walk over there the rest. I'm like, I'm watching every move. I want my money, man. Like I might act like I'm not pressed for now, but best believe, man, I want my bread. Even though Dylan always come through, he know I want my money. He already know this how I carry, so I'm gonna talk to you like I'm chilling. But I'm watching, man. So Dylan don't do that. You know what I mean? Well, after rent, it's almost time for dinner. That's when he usually get on the jack, almost 4 o'clock. After 4 o'clock, he go hop on the jack. I knew it was after 4 o'clock because Maury Povich was on. So everybody had the TV watching Maury, but I'm watching him. You know what I mean? I'm looking at him. So he hop on the phone, you know what I mean? This time he get on the phone, he sit down, he get Indian style, he sit on the jack, you know what I mean? He just using the phone, he sit down, using the jack. So he on the phone, talking, he get off. When he get off, he stand back up, hang the joint up, dial the number again, use it again, sit back down Indian style, using it again. So I'm like, man, so I said, maybe this is my cue to go downstairs. So I came downstairs like this. I came downstairs like I wanted my money, y'all, so boom. Now, I never had to put no pressure on Dylan, but Dylan already know I want my bread. Dylan definitely know I want my bread. He definitely know I want that bread, man. So like, I'm kind of just now, I'm in the pod, I'm standing over by my man's cell by 17. You know what I mean? It looked like I'm not watching him, but I'm watching him through the steps. I'm like, so he get off the phone, he stand up, he's like, he look around, he was like, as he was looking around, I was already coming to him like this. Looking for me? He was like, Oh yeah, come here, man. I'm like, what's up? He's like, walk with me. All right. Start walking laps now. He's like, yeah, man, look, don't freak out. He made sure he said that before we talked. He was like, look, don't freak out, man. I was like, don't freak out. What's up? He was like, look, I just got off the phone with my sister. She said she's gonna handle the business, man, but right now, she was like, she said her account got hacked. Now, this is my first time really going. I done heard so many excuses. I done heard this, I done heard the cat ate it, I done heard a whole bunch of stuff. I'm letting you know now, man. This man came at me and said his sister account got hacked, y'all. So boom. I'm like, got hacked? How her account got hacked? He was like, man, I don't know. He was like, man, she said she had to go to the bank and somebody was hacking her account. So he was like, they shut her account down. Now, fast forwarding all the way up to now, 2026, like when your account gets hacked, yeah, they call you, they alert you. This is before cell phones and all this stuff though, like that. I mean, it's cell phones out there around this time. It's just ain't none in prison. So like, you don't get an alert, I guess. I know, because I didn't know about online accounts. I don't think they had online accounts and all that stuff yet. But when you have an online banking account and your account is being tampered with or is something up there that been charged that you didn't get permission, they alert you. You know what I mean? Then you can either have the choice if you don't recognize those joints, you got to shut your account down. You know what I mean? So I know that now. You know what I mean? But I didn't know that then. And when your account gets shut down, it takes a day to get another card, and then, you know what I mean, or whatever the case, then you back in action maybe a couple days later. I don't know how it was back then. I know now that's just how it is. So he tell me that. So I'm like, well, so what's she gonna do then? He like, man, look, she's gonna go to the bank. I'm gonna call her back tonight. He was like, but if her account is hacked, they're gonna have to shut her account down, and she's gonna have to get a whole new account. And she said she been going through some stuff with this bank, and she's trying to get a Navy and Federal account. So I think she's gonna go to Navy Federal after this. I was like, Navy Federal? I was like, yo, bro, listen. I said, yo, Dylan, you telling me a whole bunch of stuff that ain't got nothing to do with me, bro. I said, man, listen, bro, I want my money, bro. I said, come on, bro, call your mama, bro. He was like, no, my mama. He said, my mama's get the money from my sister this month. And my sister gives everybody money, me, my mom, everybody. So I'm like, so what is you saying, man? He was like, I'm saying that I need you to hold on for a while, Weezy. You know I always pay you, man. Like, I just need you to hold on for a while. I was like, hey, man, for real, Dylan, man, get my money, man. And I just walked away from him, y'all. So, boom. I felt angry, man. I was like, I go back over there, my homeboys was at. They was like, what's up with you? I'm like, man, Dylan playing games with this $100. I was like, it ain't nothing but $100, you know what I mean? My man was like, he good for it, though. I was like, yeah, he good for it. But I'm just like, I want my money, man. Like, I don't like waiting. I said, now he owe Fred and all this. I said, man, listen, I want my bread. I want my bread. So as we standing there talking, my man sleep by 17. Fred's cell is cell 9. So Fred's cell is like a little bit down, not too far. So I don't know if he heard us, or I don't know if his roommate overheard us. I don't know nothing. But it was like his roommate was like his apprentice. If y'all know what I mean. Like Fred's roommate did whatever he said. Like not on no freaky fruity stuff, but just on some like it looked like he wanted to be like the best store box, like Big Fred. Like he was taking notes, learning and doing stuff, and Fred was like, that's what it looked like. You know what I mean? So like I don't know if his roommate was nearby, but somehow as we standing right there, I look up, I see Fred coming our way. Now Fred, he used to come out. The only thing he used to wear, man, like this man was a psycho, man. Like this man, he was kind of a fat dude, man. We got the jeans now. We got the jean, the blue shirt, the regular little state blue shirt button down, you know what I mean, with the blue jeans. He used to wear the blue shirt with no shirt up under the joint. So his belly would be hanging out the joint, you know what I mean? And he was just walking, he like, this how he walking towards us. He like this, he like. As that man was coming, man, I promise you, man, I almost heard the D-board noise. That joint was like, I look, he was right there. He was like, hey, me holler at you right quick, nephew. I was like, hey, hold on right quick. I was like, what's up? He was like, hey, that white boy ain't pay your money today. I'm like, I thought about it. I had to think fast. Then I had to come up with an answer. But I'm like, what I'm saying to myself before I answer is like, how did he know this? I'm like, nah, he ain't pay me, man. He gonna pay me though. He was like, no, I'm asking because you always said he was on time. You know what I mean? He was like, look though, this is what I'm saying though, Weezy. I gave him a lot of exclusive items. I'm gonna want my money on store date now. You know what I mean? Now, if he don't have my money, Weezy, man, like, I said, well, if he don't have your money, Fred, I don't got nothing to do with that, bro. He was like, nah, I don't go like that, nephew. He was like, look, I ain't putting no pressure on you, but like, you make sure he had the money. You vouch for him. So you got, I'm like, man, listen, I don't know part of the old school Brady Bunch program that you done grew up on. I said, but right now though, bro, this ain't the time. I said, this ain't the time right now. He's like, what you mean this ain't the time? I said, this ain't the time, big Fred. What you mean, bro? I said, you pulling up on me like I owe you $50, man. You know what I mean? He was like, I ain't mad. I ain't mad though. At the end of the day, I ain't even mad though, because you know everybody got their own way of thinking. Everybody got their own way of moving. So I ain't even mad. I ain't even mad. I'm like, you can't be mad at me, man. What you gonna be mad at me for? I don't owe you no money, man. He was like, nah, you don't owe me no money. He said, I said, yeah, all right, but I vouch, huh? I vouch. That's what you gonna keep saying. Huh? He was like, y'all young boys, man. He just walked away, all so boom. Like, I was figuring out, like, that was the least of my worries, though, because I didn't owe him. So I didn't know where he was coming at with this whole, you know what I mean? But I guess he was just giving bro the benefit of the doubt. You know what I mean? So he leave for me. He go by his cell. So I finished talking to bro and him. I look up. I see he got Dylan over there back by the window by cell 12. You know what I mean? They back by cell 12. Dylan just like, man, all you see is Dylan like yeah, like he just explaining. Like you get to see that he's just explaining everything. You know what I mean? He's explaining everything because like when it becomes a situation like this in penitentiary, man, like that's what you got to do. You better hope your explaining skills is good enough to keep these cycles off you, man, because if you don't, the cycles are coming, y'all. So boom. So Dylan was back there pleading for his life. I gotta talk. He was talking his brains out, you know what I mean? So I seen him as I'm going up the steps. I went up the steps by 23 side. I seen him back by 12. I'm like, you know what I mean? So I go get my cup. I come back down the steps. When I come back down the steps, I see Dylan kind of like they walking back from the window now. But I see Fred face like this though. Fred like, you know what I mean? We had eye contact. I went back, got some ice, man. Went chill over my homeboys was at, man. I'm like, man, what's up with Fred though? I said, man, Fred is wild, bro. I said, man, Fred acting like I owe him money. He was like, why? I said, bro, I told you, he made me basically vouch for Dylan. You know what I mean? He was like, man, my homeboy was like, man, Dylan a lot though. I was like, I know he a lot. But Fred acting like I owe him though, man. I said, what's going on with this, man? He was like, man, I don't know, man. He was like, you know, these old dudes, man, crazy, man. He was like, man, you know, like Fred been locked up so long, man. Fred don't care about that, man. My old homeboy was like, man, Fred don't care about that, man. He been locked up so long, man. All he care about is that commissary list that people owe him, man. He said, that's all he care about, man. And he said, he go by all people vouching. Like, that's basically like you owe him, kind of like. I said, well, I don't know what part of prison he grew up in. That's the wrong set of rules, y'all. So, boom. Because I don't owe that maniac nothing. Straight up. And I'll tell him again on story day, I don't owe him nothing. I don't care if that man pay him or not. I said, I'm trying to get my $100. That's what I'm worried about, man. That's what I'm worried about, man. So as I'm saying that, I look up. I'm just mad now. I see Dylan. He walk with his home. I said, hey, Dylan, come here right quick. He was like, what's up? I walked. I was like, hey, look, man, you talk to your peoples? He was like, yeah, man, I mean, she had to close her account. I was like, she had to close her account? So I'm like, what that leave you at there? He was like, man, leaves me till I'm done until she can get her account right. I'm like, bro, listen, bro, like, you know what I mean? He was like, man, Weezy, look, man, I'm not trying to do you dirty. I'm not trying to do you wrong. I just gotta wait. I'm gonna take care of bills. I know I owe people, man. He said, man, I got your freaking homeboy is down on me, man. I was like, who my homeboy? He was like, Fred, man. Like, he freaking is down on me, man. He's like a freaking cyborg, man. He won't let me freaking breathe, man. He keep asking me about next Tuesday, and we're not even there yet. We haven't even freaking crossed that bridge. I said, well, look, are you going to commissary, though? He was like, man, I'm trying to get my mom now to send it. Now, I know how this stuff works. You know what I mean? Like, for real, we go to the store next Tuesday, and this is like already like a Tuesday, I think. Tuesday or Wednesday, one of the two. Like, your money have to be on your books no later than Wednesday, Thursday at the most. If your money is not on your books by Wednesday or Thursday, you can cancel Christmas and get in the bag, y'all. So boom, people gonna call you down there and you're gonna have 3 soups. Whatever money you got left over in your account, that's what you're gonna have. I done seen dudes go down there and joint and get 3 soups because they done missed out on getting their money in time. So like I'm saying, yo, bro, you sure you gonna make it? You sure you gonna make it? He was like, man, I'm trying to. I said, man, look, man, to be honest with you though, Dylan, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I said, you done spent some money with me, man. I'm not happy about having to wait for my money like this. I'm gonna be honest, bro. Like, I want my bread, bro. When you say you're gonna pay me, and you already know that's how I carry it. But I said, on the strength that me and you done business, you have done good business. You never jerked me, pause. You never tried to lie. You never tried to do no BS. He said, man, you know I wouldn't, Weezy. He said, man, you don't think I want some more Hardee's chicken? He said, man, I wanted some more Hardee's chicken, man. He said, I was going to commissary to order 100, and I was going to tell you, let me get a $50 order out you, man, and get another 50 piece. I'm like, Man, that sounded good though, slightly though, man. I'm like, man, well look, we gotta straighten the first tab first, bro. We gotta straighten the first tab. He was like, man, I'm gonna get it right. I'm gonna get it right. He said, what I need you to do is, I need you to go freaking holler at your friend, man. I said, no, I can't do that, man. He said, man, I'm telling you. He said, because I might not get my money in time, Weezy. I said, man, look, don't tell me that, bro. I said, go tell him. I said, bro, listen, what you want? He said, no, because he keeps saying that my nephew vouched for him. I said, man, first of all, that dude is not my uncle. I said, he's just an old head from the town that we call uncle, man. I said, I just met that man when I came in this block, man. You know what I mean? He was like, well, I mean, he might don't get his commissary Tuesday then. I'm like, man, shh. What you want me to do, Dylan, man? He was like, man, I don't want you to do anything, Weezy, man. I don't want you to do anything, man. So he dipped off. So he dipped all he need, you know what I mean? So it was like, I ain't gonna lie, man. I was upset about not getting my bread, man, because I'm the type of dude, man, I try to make sure everything's perfect. It's hard to be perfect in penitentiary, man, but like, when people owe you money, man, you just be trying to get your money. You know what I mean? You know you ain't soft. You know you ain't no dude that's a pushover. Nobody gonna carry you, man. So like, when people play with money, like that brings the demon out of people, y'all. So boom. I was trying to keep the devil in, man, because I didn't want to smack the toboggan off of Dylan. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be patient, man. But like, my hand was basically telling me like, yo, smack the toboggan off him, man. Smack the toboggan off him, man. I'm just like, you know what? I'm not, man. I'm gonna try to play this out the right way. You know what I mean? I'm trying to play this out the right way, man. So now it's like Saturday now. A little time that went on. Now it's like Saturday. It's the weekend. You know what I mean? So the weekend here, dude, Fred is on all the way point. Like, I really think he do this just for he can like watch everybody that owe him money to see what they do. Because if you owe him money, he want to see if you're going to get money from somewhere else or doing this. And it's the weekend. And Lala usually hit on the weekend. So he watching everything. He watching everything. Worse than I be watching everything. So like, I see him. He looking around. You know what I mean? So I'm walking laps. I got the headphones on. You know what I mean? He called me over there. I was like, I didn't want to go over there, to be honest with y'all. Because me and him haven't spoken since that last conversation. Like, I really think he tripping, man. Y'all put in the comments, man. Big Fred is wilding, man. Like, real talk. These old heads, man, I'm telling y'all, man, you come to prison, man, I hope y'all never do. But if you do, man, you're going to meet some of the freaking most selfish, maniac, one-minded thinking old heads you will ever meet in your life. A lot of them got good wisdom, but a lot of them just so burnt out and state struck, man. They don't care nothing about the cookies and cakes. That's all they care about. So, like, this is what Fred is, man. So I didn't even want to go over there and have another conversation with him, man. But I stopped. I moved my headphones. I was like, what's up? He was like, hey, look, man. I done asked a lot of people, man, just to make sure I was wrong. He was like, man, from where I come from, when you vouch for somebody, you just as responsible as them. I said, man, well, look, though, Fred, man, listen, man. So what you going to attack me because he don't have the money, man? I said, man, what you going to do, man? That's what you going to do? I said, that's what you going to do there, man. We might as well get it in now and then, man. I backed up. I was like, we might as well get it in now and then, Fred. He was like, he looked at me, everybody was like, man, y'all chill out, Weezy, man. And my man was getting his hair cut because we kind of like right there. So this is another kind of older dude from the town, you know what I mean? A couple of other dudes right there. He's like, man, y'all chill out, Weezy, man. Fred was like, nah, he need to chill out. He need to chill out because he wrong. He wrong. He around here vouching for white boys and white boy ain't gonna have my money. Yeah, we gonna see. We gonna see. So I'm like, man, look, I just let that junk go. I ain't keep talking to him. I just keep walking laps. You know what I mean? Everybody trying to holler, man, Weezy, y'all chill out, man. Like, for real, he right or he wrong. Both of y'all got a point, man. But like, man, you don't owe him that, so don't worry about it. I'm like, I know. I ain't tripping on that junk, man. So, you know what I mean? I don't say nothing else to him no more. So the weekend go by, man. Now it's Monday, you know what I mean? So Monday hit, I seen Dylan. I'm like, yo, Dylan. I was like, yo, look, you holler at your people. He was like, man, she should be back right, man, by the end of the week. I'm like, by the end of the week, like I say, the process on how they do it now, it's easier how to get your account straight once your account get hacked. If that was the case, you know what I mean? But like, he talk about like, this is, like, we had the rest of that week and like the rest of this week right here. I'm like, by the end of the week, I'm like, yo, but I'm like, listen, man, I just want my bread. But I'm like, look, at the same time though, man, are you gonna have that money for Fred though, man? He was like, I'm not, man. He said, I put a bubble sheet in. He was whispering too. He said, I put a bubble sheet in. He said, man, I'm not gonna have it. He said, man. I said, man, you know he gonna want his money, man. I said, man, that man coming. He was like, man, I mean, he could beat my ass, man. Fuck it, man. It won't be the first ass whooping I took, Weezy. But I don't fucking have the bread, man. Like, I'm like, man, shh. So the store they come tomorrow, bro, what you gonna do? He said, I'm just gonna go out there. He said, I had like $15 left on the books. You know what I mean? He said, I ordered some of his shit with that. I had to get me a bag of coffee. So give him the rest. I said, man gonna want fucking $80, bro. He gonna want $80, man. He was like, I'm not gonna fucking have it, Weezy, man. I'm not gonna fucking have it, man. I was like, shh. I just walked away from him. I ain't had no more conversation for him. I didn't know what to say. I didn't know how I could save him because I still want my damn $100. But right now, man, this is dangerous water that we in right now, y'all. This is dangerous water right now, man. So I just went back in the room. I ain't had no more kicking for him, man. I laid it down for the rest of the day. Every time they do commissary, you can hear them carts coming. You can hear the noise. You can see them pushing them joints. The next thing you know, they just sitting out in the pod. Then we waiting for the person to come pass them joints out. So I look, they out in the pod. You know what I mean? So they passing them out. So I didn't even stay on the door the whole time. I didn't stay on the door the whole time, man. You know what I mean? To see who was getting their stuff. I did see, is when I went and got my commissary, I seen Fred. Fred had his boots on, tied tight. He had on some shorts. He had on some state shorts that he ordered with the blue shirt open up with his belly hanging out the check. And he was just standing at the door like this. This word, I get my bag. You know what I mean? I look at him. He look at me, I threw my bag on my shoulder. I was like, this dude is psycho, man. I went up the steps, man. I ain't have time for this mess, man. I get back in the cell. I'm like, man, I tell my roommate, I'm like, man, Fred wildin', man. I was like, man, Fred about to mess up my money, man. I said, man, for real, man. Dylan don't pay him, man. I said, man, he gonna do something crazy. I know he is. He like, man, he want his money, man. Fred don't be playing about that money. I'm like, shh, that joke was crazy, man. They passed out the commissary. Lady said, stand by for M-Bar Rec. Stand by for M-Bar Rec. They open up the doors. The doors open up. This is my word. I come out the jump fast. I come out the jump. Man, that's my word, man. I look, man. Man, Fred had Dylan like this, man. He had him jacked up like this on the wall. He was like, I want my money.
Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way, if you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous. Did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments. Get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart just to open your eyes up.